But we're about to kick off a new season in Destiny, and you should pay attention to us. You should pay attention to us. Stay tuned. Stay tuned on Thursday morning. We're going to hear from some more developers at Bungie about what we have planned for you in the season of the Drifter.
I agree. Pretty weird. What is Season of the Drifter going to be about? And I'm going to give you some of my personal thoughts on it, because I think I might know, because so many things just make sense. The way that the Drifter looks, his name even, the ghosts that they're even selling at Eververse this week, just everything about this. Always pay attention to what Bungie sells a week before a new DLC, because sometimes they kind of connect that and it's like, oh, I see why you sold that now the week ago or whatever. So anyways, I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Disclaimer, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but it could be on top of, I've wanted this for a long time. I've made videos saying that it should be our end game, so I might be thinking like that. So the Drifter is a Sparow Racing League champion, long lost in space, and he carries a circuit behind his spaceship, like a racetrack, like some kind of strange circus act. Look at his pants, look at his boots. Looks like a racer, man. He even has that bandana. He just has that mentality about him to where he might be like some biker type Sparow guy. And if there's one more thing Bungie needs to recycle or hasn't recycled, it's the Sparow Racing League. And Season of the Drifter could have something with like drifting on Sparow type things. You never know, you know what I mean? But like I said, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Let me know what you think below. Some people are saying that there's going to be like a trial mode, you know, for PvE Gambit type mixture, and the lighthouse for PvE players will be Drifter's ship or whatever, and we go there to collect loot. Some people are saying it could be locked loadout, so who knows, you know. But let me know what you think below. Now let's find out what we have in store for us in Season 6 and Season of the Drifter. As I'm sure everybody's heard, the Thorn is making a return into Destiny 2, a D1 favorite for a lot of PvP players, which I'm sure the quest line will be similar to the quest line of The Last Word. Probably a lot of Crucible going to be involved, and then a boss mechanic at the end who's holding the old Gun of Sorrow, your precious Thorn. There's also going to be another exotic quest around Joker's Wild, maybe a little bit after that. Hopefully that will be Dragon's Breath for PvE players. Kind of burn out on the hand cannons coming back, Bungie. I would love to see the Dragon's Breath. And for a small request, let it have a flamethrower coming out the end of it while you're waiting to dump the napalm. And then once the napalm is burning enemies, you can shoot them and do bonus damage. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome. Season of the Drift will have some new maps available for Gambit finally. I don't know if that's going to mean new bosses at the end or if it'll be the same Taken bosses. I know Taken Armaments works really well. If you haven't gotten those free raid chests 1 and 2 from the Last Wish raid, I highly recommend you check those videos out as well. You might as well grind it out. It's free loot every week. You do have to have a Warlock though to get to one of the chests, but it's all noted in the video how to do the jump. And even if it's not a Taken boss anymore, it's still a good thing to have just for PvE in general. The first of its kind, Xur now will have exotic bounties. What does this mean? Well, it can mean a number of things, but what I think it means is Glass Needles might make a return, because we don't know of any new exotics being created or implemented into Season of the Drifter, so that means that it's probably a way to rework already owned exotics or ones that you'll gather that you don't have through Season of the Drifter. So Glass Needles could come back. You could re-roll an exotic to a perk you actually want. Maybe the stat of that armor also, similar to Year 1 D2 when we could Masterwork and basically re-roll the stats. That might become a thing with the bounties of Xur. He might have some kind of materials like that, or maybe he'll have some specific loot that is only for him, or he might hold augmented weapon frames. You just never know with Xur, so I think Glass Needles should come back. Let me know what you think about that as well, because I have a lot of exotics. I wish I could get enhanced heavy lifting and stuff like that on to optimize my build. So, kind of could tie in hand if the Sparow Race thing is true, mixed with combat of AI. Having an optimized build could help you in endgame. With each new DLC comes a new archetype that Vanity and Ornaments will have, so you can expect a new designed Sparow, a newly designed ship, you know, things like that, new ghost, new just layout of the Eververse for that season that's going to be themed around that season, so expect some new loot. Eververse got to eat too, but like I said a million times, just get the bounties for the bright dust. You'll get all the stuff in time just by leveling up and getting XP packages. There's no sense in spending your money on it. Just don't do it. Joker's Wild will have weekly quests for weapons and armor throughout the DLC. Similar to the Black Armory, we had the Forge, but I'm sure that the Joker's Wild quest will be tied to the event that's taking place in Joker's Wild. So, similar thing. There's also talk about the Drifter maybe moving to the annex of the tower, so we don't really know what's going on with that yet either. But that is pretty much the meat of the project, Season of the Drifter. Let me know your opinions, what you think Season of the Drifter is before we find out on the ViDoc tomorrow. I like to see what other people are thinking as well. But I think that the Drifter, Drift Racing, Sparow Racing, he looks like the biker type guy with the bandana, the chaps on, the boots on. I don't know, man. He might be pulling around a huge racetrack, but who am I? So I don't know. Y'all take it easy, dudes, and I will catch y'all next time in space.